I got two words for you: data centers. Some welcome them, others simply don't. And tonight across the state, that debate continues. Thanks for joining us at 6. I am Hoyt.
And I'm Jurnee Taylor. Let's start in Independence County, where the Quorum Court passed a 5-year moratorium that clearly says they don't want one. Simply put, no data center is planned for Independence County, so the vote is mostly symbolic, but it basically keeps any development from starting there until at least 2031.
Well, for weeks, city and county leaders here have faced angry crowds hoping to put similar roadblocks in place in Little Rock and Pulaski County. So far, 2 projects, though, remain on track, with more meetings set for this week. 2 other data centers are under construction in West Memphis and Clarksville, and TH 11's Catherine Rowley will report on the latest data center dead zone tonight at 10. We're also continuing to follow the debate on the law that critics call the one that threatens librarians with prosecution if they give so-called harmful books to minors.
Back on July 30th, a federal appeals court lifted a block on Act 372, though the formal order still hasn't been issued. Librarians who sued to block the law say they're still waiting on a clear answer as to what exactly counts as harmful. The law, which passed in 2023, gives city and county leaders the final say. Meanwhile, Arkansas's highest court is bringing in a temporary replacement. The Supreme Court says Justice Barbara Webb hasn't been on the bench since May because she's recovering from a head injury after a fall at home.
Meanwhile, Chief Justice Karen Baker, who you see there, has asked Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders to appoint a special justice to take her place until she can return rather than on a case-by-case basis. A spokesperson says the governor does plan to make that appointment.
Well, tonight, an Arkansas man convicted of capital murder has asked for clemency, but even members of his own family don't want him to get out.
TH 11's Carter Thweet hears why 20 years after a horrifying night, they still don't think Timothy Wallace should be walking free.
June 26, 2005, Amanda Rising got a phone call from her dad.
He called me and said, "I shot Brandy."
25-year-old Brandy Wallace killed by her ex-husband, Timothy. He also killed 29-year-old Billy Hassel, who was there at Brandy's Highway 5 home.
It did not surprise me because my entire life, he had a history of violence and abuse towards women.
Timothy was convicted of capital murder in 2007 and sentenced to life in prison without parole. He filed for clemency in late July, requesting a shortened sentence against the wishes of Brandy's sister-in-law, Anna.
He still blamed Brandy for her own death that he had caused. He's never reached out to any of the victims' families to apologize in any capacity.
In a copy of the clemency application obtained by the family, Wallace writes that he could tell his ex-wife had been drinking that night and that he acted in self-defense against Billy. Amanda and Anna deny that. They also deny the part where Wallace writes that he didn't plan the murders and that he serves no threat to society.
As a Christian, we are supposed to forgive, but you can't forget. I can't see him walking down the sidewalk and run into him in the store. I don't feel safe.
I also heard from Billy's nephew. He says he saw his uncle as a cool big brother and doesn't understand why Wallace should see mercy while his family still lives without Uncle Billy.
A lot of emotions have come back out that had been healed. It's like a scab. The wounds have been reopened, and it's been a shock that he has even sought this.
In Saline County, Carter Thweet, THV 11 News.
All right, Carter, thank you.
The Arkansas Post-Prison Transfer Board will review Wallace's application. After that, they can make a recommendation to the governor, who has the final say.
The official high at Little Rock Airport this afternoon came in at 99 degrees. So we were just 1 degree shy of reaching the triple digits out there right now. We got 97 on the board here in Little Rock, 95 in Arkadelphia, 96 in Searcy, and 96 in Russellville. The dew points, they're not too bad. Upper 60s, low 70s. We've dealt with much worse conditions. And with those dew points right around 70, yes, it feels like over 100 degrees, but we're not seeing those heat indices climb up to 115, 116. That's not in the forecast, and that's because the ground is drying out, so therefore there's not as much moisture in the atmosphere. Speaking of moisture, no showers or thunderstorms popping up, unlike what we saw out there yesterday in southeast Arkansas. Your hour-by-hour forecast, it's going to be a warm and muggy evening, only dropping down primarily into the mid to upper 70s to kick off your Wednesday with mostly clear skies. And tomorrow we'll see highs right around 100 degrees in most locations with mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. Heat advisory in effect for the entire state of Arkansas, not only for Wednesday, but this continues to be the story through Friday and most likely also into the weekend. I'm going to have more on this unrelenting heat coming up.
Nathan, you mentioned those dry conditions. That's not going to be good news up in Conway and Faulkner counties, where water levels at Brewer Lake are almost certainly going to continue to drop. The latest update from Conway Corporation shows they are now even lower than 2 months ago, when the water utility elevated use restrictions to phase 2 of their 5 curtailment levels. That means continued mandatory measures like every other day irrigation. Little Rock police say car break-ins have jumped 84% in the last 12 months, and investigators say unlocked doors and keys left inside give thieves an easy opportunity. Police recorded 149 break-ins last month compared to 81 during July of last year. Police say hotel, parking lots, apartment complexes, other high-traffic areas, they can attract thieves. The LRPD does plan to set up patrols in those areas.
We want to make people aware of is making sure to take your keys when you leave your car, take all valuables out of plain sight, plan ahead. Make sure that when you're going somewhere, you're aware of where you're parking, well-lit areas, take your keys, take your valuables, things like that, so you don't become a victim.
And police hope more awareness will help slow the rise in car break-ins so far this year and keep drivers from becoming the next victim.
More kids headed back to school today, with the Little Rock School District welcoming them back this morning. And with the new year, they are implementing a new program no other district across the state has at Watson Elementary in Southwest. It's a dual language immersion program, giving students the opportunity to learn in both English and Spanish. Principal Christopher Jackson said the program aims at helping students build on their home language while strengthening their academics.
Dual language immersion gives them an opportunity to ground in their home language and then bridge to English, which research says will make them stronger academically. We aim to have students who are truly biliterate, not just bilingual, not just speaking the language, but they're biliterate. They can read, write, and speak in both English and Spanish.
And the first day of school brings more than just new curriculum to Watson. Students can also take part in extracurricular activities like drone classes, fishing, and now archery. Staying in Little Rock, where Mayor Frank Scott Jr. was among those speaking to announce that the Capitol Hotel is celebrating 150 years by launching Big Table Little Rock, an event they say will transform West Markham into an open-air 5-course dining room. It's all set for September, with tickets details coming soon. Now over in Cabot, city leaders are also celebrating a new animal shelter that's now under construction.
They held a ceremony earlier today, signing a steel beam that'll be a part of the new facility. When it's built, they say it'll provide much needed space for animal care and adoptions to tackle problems with strays and better serve pet owners.
We're building a place where animal services serve an entire community, not just the animals that come through our door. A place where we can help a family keep the pet they love, where a lost animal has every opportunity to get back home.
Through a partnership with Lyon College, the new building will also help give students a hands-on learning experience as a veterinarian. A longtime family doctor in rural Arkansas learns that he is in need of care. Next, the bond that develops when two men dedicate their careers to saving others.
Plus, we'll meet a local hero who's helping raising money for kids in need.
And here's the rainfall outlook for the next 7 days. We pretty much have a force field around Arkansas, keeping all the shower and thunderstorm chances at bay. Around the Ring of Fire, that's where all the storms will be moving through the Ohio Valley and off to the East Coast. Temperatures will continue to heat up. I'll let you know how hot it will get and also have more on the Perseid meteor shower peaking for tomorrow night into early Thursday morning.